Welcome to part 1 in a series of videos that takes you with me on a full marble dip powder application using the gel method. That's just part 1. In subsequent episodes, I'll be taking you along for the nail art journey used to make up this wintry dip powder and nail art manicure. By the end of this video, you will have seen how I achieved a dreamy marble dip powder background with a little opalescent magic thrown in for good measure. And more importantly, how I got to that point. While I'm working to edit the rest of the nail art design episodes, please make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the journey towards the completed manicure. Let's get right into it. Okay, here we are. It's Manny time, y'all. I'm kind of excited. Oh, I forgot something, hang on. All right, my last couple of videos have been leading up to this. First, I did a box opening of the haul from my Cascade Colorworks Veterans Day sale. It was 25% off. I went a little crazy. I got a big 2-ounce jar of coconut because I know from seeing others use it that it's a very highly pigmented white, which I need for over this purple. This was a great thermal purple builder gel, but when I used it, I hadn't thought about everything I put over it being affected by this being underneath, because you could see it. So I'm gonna give that a shot and hopefully cover up some of that. All right, so what I've done here is I've got 2 coats of the Peel base on there, full nail coverage, because that's what's been working for me. Underneath that, I have builder gel. I always use builder gel in a bottle, one sort or another. I have a few different kinds here that have grown out. I don't get any lifting, and if I do, I just file right down to my natural nail, and I haven't had to soak off in months, and that is my goal. So I'm very happy with this whole process I have going here. I have videos about the process that I use. Let me see, can I? Up here in the cards. All kinds of builder gel, how I do it, how I do the fills, all of that. My process evolves as I learn more and as I experience more. I still am zeroing in on a shape that I like, getting it consistent to the point where it's actually coffin, tapered, square. I don't know. You'll notice that I've filed them a little bit narrower than I actually would prefer them, because as I add product, in order to keep them, well, and because I always forget to wipe off the sides, they get a little bit wider. So in filing them narrower than I want them, I feel like the end result is more desirable than I've found in the past. I found that as a beginner, I didn't narrow my nails enough. I didn't taper them enough. And if you really want to avoid that bulky look, you really do need to do that, because any product you use is going to add bulk to your nail. And bulk isn't necessarily a bad word. I mean, you say bulk and I feel like it's like, you don't want that. But it's it's a natural result of adding things on top of something. But I mean, let's just say manageable bulk, or, you know, an acceptable amount of bulk. Today, I'm going to try Cascade Colorworks Gel Top, all HEMA free, which is important to me. Matte Gel Top Coat and HEMA free Gel Base Coat. I've yet to find a set of all 3 of those that I like. I recently had to give up dip liquids, at least for a while. I might try them again someday, but not right now. They were bothering my respiratory system, so I moved over to gel liquids, but I still like the powders for strength. I found that, well, maybe it's just psychological, but I feel like my nails are stronger with the dip powder on there. So, and it's fun. I enjoy it. It's a process. It's turned into a ritual for me. And my brain really likes that. So I like to keep my brain happy. So here we are. Just to let you guys know, this is a very different format for me for this video. I'm going to be doing a lot of different designs, and because I am so restricted on my available time for videos like this, I've decided to record this in real time. And I'm going to do it in 1 hour chunks, and I might make a series of videos out of it. I might upload it as one piece. I don't know yet. I'm trying something new. I need to rely on anyone that's still paying attention to let me know in the comments what you think of this format. I mean, at this point, I feel like there is a button on your video viewer that says that you can view at 2 times the speed, 3 times the speed. If you want to speed through the video, you can do that. I've also recently gained the ability to add chapters to my videos, so I will be doing that also, so that you can just click a link to skip ahead to the part that you want to see. And I feel like doing it this way is the most flexible approach for me in providing what a broader spectrum of people might want to see. Some people like long videos like this. Like me, I like long videos like this because I can just put one video on, do my nails, and I still have company in the background doing the same kind of stuff where I may actually learn something from. So anyway, okay, so for the very first time in my life, I am going to try to continue talking into the microphone so you can hear me, first of all. This is also, just so you know, there is another reason I've decided to do this video in this format, and it's because I want to eventually do lives. Even regularly scheduled lives, just because if I'm not doing nails, I'm wanting to talk about nails. Sorry for the adjustment. I only have 2 hands, and I don't really like using the practice hand, and I can use, I mean, I've made like press-ons before, but I like working on my nails. Practicing on the thing that actually matters is important. So I'm going to do my first attempt at the marble thing. I'm going to use this. This is one of those French manicure thingies that came with some set I got somewhere along the way. And I figure, let's see, if I put it, the thumb is always so hard for me in these things. Alright. I'll have to see how the powder sits in here. Let me get my little spoon out that I love so much. Aren't these so cute? Oh my gosh. It's a little magic spoon. See, and I feel like this way, even if you do skip around, you'll come across parts like this where you get to actually know me and how weird I am and the weird things that come falling out of my mouth, because I don't really have any control over that. So anyway, I'll have to see how the powder reacts when I pour it, and if it slides right down into here, then I'll have to plan to use this, because the idea here is I watch a lot of videos, okay? And I see different people do the same thing different ways. So I go into this knowing that I will probably I'll try a few different things and I'll come up with my own way of doing it. But for my first time at something like this, I'm just going to try what I've seen that worked with a final result that I liked, that I'm trying to recreate. So I think most of the marbling stuff I've watched, of course, was from Melissa at Melissa's Manis on YouTube, who is also, yeah, see, that falls right to the middle. And if I put it here, that doesn't really fall too far. Okay, that sounds like that's the way to go then. And let me see, do I need to zoom a little bit maybe? Just a little bit? How's that? So the idea here is that I'm gonna create my marble effect in this area, because it doesn't seem to be sliding into the bottom portion there. So maybe I'll just tap this a little bit to get it to lay flatter. And when it doesn't do what you want it to by itself, you just guide it. Okay, now if you haven't seen the other videos, the idea here is that I'm going to make a design in the white powder here, and then I'm going to lay and roll my finger in it. And I need to get good coverage in the very first layer because the design will have moved and stuff after that. So I'm going to take a little bit of a darker color, just a little tiny bit, literally tiny bit, see? And just create a line with it. Let's see. Okay, so it's not so much a line. That's more of a line. There we go. All right, I'm learning. All right. And then take a little bit of sea glass and do the same thing pretty much. Now this is a much lighter color. I don't expect it to have much of an effect, but it'll be enough so that it won't be pure white in those areas, you know. And okay. I think it'll make a good mix with this Atlantic color there. Okay, now for my first try, I'm not going to add in any glitters. I'm just going to try this and see what happens. Oh my gosh, you all, this has been intimidating me for so long. Let's see. So now we just go in and we kind of make a design in the powder. All right, this is going to be interesting. Okay, HEMA-free gel base coat. Okay, this is my trick for bottles that don't want to open. I put a rubber band around here, and it gives me enough leverage and grip to actually open it. That's why I put it around the whole thing, not just in one spot, although that's where it winds up, but that's okay. See? I love that trick. Okay. I think this has too much green in it, but that's all right. I'm gonna be doing 2 layers anyway. I think. I don't know. Let's see what happens. All right, gel base. Nice and thin, pushing up to the cuticle. Taking the excess off your brush. I don't need a lot. We're trying to keep our layers thin, remember, and this is the first application over the peel base. So I'm directly touching the peel base right now. So I'm trying to keep it light because I'm not convinced that some people have trouble with their peel base because of what they're putting directly on top of it and it being too strong or activating the peel base sooner than it should, or sooner than we'd like it to anyway. All right, so I always do this too to help my gel self-level. I hold my finger upside down, and since I'm impatient, I psychologically feel like tapping it makes it happen faster. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but it makes me feel better, so I do it. All right, so now I just lay my finger into the pattern and hope for the best. Oh, That's a pretty color. Not exactly the effect I was looking for. Oh, see, I touched the base. That's not good. Okay. Before I touch anything that might have gel on it, I put my finger condom on. Let's see what happened here. What happened here? I have my peel base directly on under that, so I can't wipe this off or anything without disrupting the whole works. I'm not really too upset. I mean, it was an experiment, so... And I'm thinking that this is only the first of 2 coats anyway. And I still got a pretty good ombre effect thingy going there. And that's really what I was looking for in the spirit of... I'm going to cure this now for a minute. Well, because the oils on my fingers could disrupt the whole thing here. All right, I'm going to do the whole thumb first because I want to see what happens on the second coat before I go, ooh. See, this is how my brain works. I'm sorry. I know it's hard to follow. Let's see if I can make some swirls here. You really have to play with this, I guess, to get to know what works best. Like, I want to bring a little white into the blue. To kind of give it definition. All right, I'm going to try that. All right, what I did notice is that my finger moved when I put it on the powder last time. And I think that's what moved the powder, duh, and got me more of an ombre effect. So let's see if we can avoid that this time. I always start above the cuticle area and I push back to as far as I want a chance getting the gel. I do not want to touch my skin with the gel. So between that and trying to get the thinnest layers I can, that is my focus. The music in the background is all from the same, it's from the YouTube library, so I can't get copyright trouble. And it's a musician who has his own channel, DJ Williams or something, I think. And he has a nice collection of jazzy, funky Christmas music that makes me not feel like I'm in a department store. So I just have that on in the background on random repeat. So I don't have to worry about sound editing this video, which is usually what takes me the most time. Now, the reason it seems like I spent so much time doing that and I'm trying to get the thinnest layer possible is because I had less gel on my brush that I wanted to cover the entire place. So I was making a little bit, do a lot. Okay, so hopefully this is zoomed in enough. I'm gonna try. That worked a little better. Look at that. That is cool. And I got an oh, I like this. I like it. Now I'm just getting the side walls and the cuticle area, make sure it's all covered nicely. I think I'm gonna like this, y'all. See, I didn't get enough coverage over there. What's happening? All right, so I see what's happening. Slowly what's going to happen is that's all going to mix together and it will remain my background for the other nails. So I'll get a progressively dreamier background look, but I think that's going to look good. All right, so I'm going to cure for 6 seconds. It's kind of weird. There's nobody here and I just keep talking, but that's okay. Wow, look at that. All right, you ready for the big reveal? Let's see. All right, not so big, whatever. I have a big scrub brush, but I find with gels I don't need to scrub as hard as with dip powders, so I just hold this tight like this, making it a little firmer, and that's what I do. And my scrubby is over by the sink and I don't feel like getting up, honestly, so here we go with lazy again. Oh my gosh, look at, I love that. That is so pretty. It's like you can see pictures, like when you look at the clouds, you come up with different things that you see. All right, so let's see, checking the bulk here. I gotta stop doing that. I think I'm gonna go in and add the magic and using clear builder gel to encapsulate, then I'll file. That's what I'll do. All right, so far I am not mad at it. I'm not mad at this whole experiment yet. That's good. All right, we're gonna open up Aurora now. Just take a moment. Take a moment to drink in the beauty, the opalescence. Oh, I love it. Okay. So first I'm gonna need a very, very, very thin layer of the gel base. Pushing back to the cuticle area, which has already got 2 layers on it, so now it's basically just covering what I already have. Unless you find that a spot that needs coverage that you might have missed. I might not worry so much about the sides. I don't want to add bulk to the sides, but I'll be filing, so whatever. I just put it everywhere because even though this is an artistic process, I don't have a plan right now for where I'm putting these, but I don't want to limit the possibilities either. So I'm just using an ombre brush just to kind of pick up some of these opalescence and kind of maybe put them where there's blank, there's no line or anything. Just to give that little bit of holiday magic in those areas. Get some of that beautiful opalescent flakies. And just put them wherever I feel they belong. Give it kind of a magical touch. It's hard to grab those opalescence specifically. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, and I'm sure that mostly everybody is better at this than I am. This is my first attempt. I guess I tend to be a little easy on myself. I don't know. I enjoy learning, so it's a process. All right. That looks frosty and wintry. All right, let's... Now I'm not going for the sugared effect here. I'm going for the encapsulated look. I don't know what to call it because, you know, at this point it's just a... At this point it's done, and it is what it is. I'll see if it resembles anything that already has a name by the time I'm done. If not, I will name it. So now I take with my finger condom on so I'm not touching what could possibly be tacky gel. And I'm just pressing those down. I know I'm encapsulating in builder gel, but still. The less filing, the better. That's an always rule. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? Because all of the online, now that I'm not working today, I'm online more, I check my email more, and if it isn't chock full of sales. And every time I look at one, I'm like, no, I don't need this. But, you know, given long enough, I can rationalize anything. So getting me away from the computer today was good. So, all right. So this nail is ready for builder gel. So I think I'll just use the regular HEMA-free builder gel by Double Dipped. It's a little thick, but that's okay because we want to add bulk. This is the layer we want to add bulk in because that bulk is going to encapsulate our glitters and our colors so we don't file into it. This is the approach I take anyway. It does, and it gives me the joy of almost sculpting my nails. I can't work with acrylic because I think the monomer would probably hurt me. So I'm learning with builder gels. I've yet to try hard gel. That is on my list of things to do. But my goal here is to saturate the flakes and glitters on the last layer with builder gel so that I can file my contour and not lose the effect of any of that magic in there. That opalescent flake is what my dreams are made of. I would be sad if I lost any of it because I filed too much. And I might not need to file too much because I'm seeing a nice contour and less bulk than I've had in the past. And I just do this, I move it around the gel, the builder gel, I move it around on the nail until I'm convinced it's as thin as it can be while still filling in the gaps between the glitters or flakes or whatever I might have in the mani. See, and now I'm looking at the side and I'm filling in the areas where it's uneven because I hit the plastic in that first swoop. So I just put it really down the middle like that. And I'm going to leave it there. And then I'm going to hold my finger upside down for a few seconds and let it self-level in a more natural way around that area. Because this is the apex area. I want to make sure that I can file it into the contour I want without hurting its integrity. This is the structure of the nail. You want to make sure it has a strong foundation so it doesn't break. We're putting too much time into it to let it break. Okay. Yeah, see, that should come out better. And I think I've grown to like a certain contour on my nails, and I will sacrifice my need for my nails looking the way they do. I like what I'm coming up with, so I'm sure that some people probably think it's too bulky, but I'm kind of okay with that. I take a lot of time and care to do this. If people want to ask me questions about it or, you know, find out where I get them done and stuff like that, those are questions I get from anytime I leave my house. I'm happy to discuss it. Everything I do is to put a smile on my own face. I don't really worry about making anybody else smile. This is what makes me happy. All right, I think that's as leveled as it's going to get. I'm very happy with it, so I'm going to stick it in the light for 60 seconds. And remember, when you use builder gel, it's thicker. Even if you're trying to do it in thin coats, it's still a thicker consistency. So you might feel a heat spike when you put it in the light. If you do, just pull your hand out real quick, 1-2 seconds, put it back in, and, you know, just try to make up for it at the end. You don't endure the pain. You don't have to sit there and enjoy the pain of a heat spike hurting your nail bed. Pull your hand out. Another trick is if you know you're prone to that, before you put your hand in the light, just put your hand near the light in the front, like, you know, just hold it like where it's like almost in the light, just a little bit, because that will start the chemical reaction. So, but not as quickly. that's what burns. That's what that heat spike is. It's the chemicals reacting really quickly all at once and creating all of that heat. So if you just hold your finger near the light for a little bit and then put it in, it shouldn't be as bad. I know this because I've tested all the theories because I am prone to heat spikes. So, okay, that was a builder gel. So your builder gel is going to have a tacky layer on top. So I can't do my favorite test to see if it's fully cured. But it looks good. I think I got a good contour already. That's good. That means less filing. I think that's why my nails usually look thicker than most would probably like their nails to be. It's because if I can get out of filing for a half hour to an hour, I will. But I'm also slightly OCD, so I always wind up doing it anyway, regardless. But yes, I like that. I think that's going to be a perfect background for the nail art that I have planned. So we're going to put the builder gel back over there. We're going to go back to the Cascade Colorworks HEMA-free gel base. Everything I use is HEMA-free these days because I have the luck of being affected by everything in life. So my gel base as thin as I can, remembering that this is my peel base that I'm working on, so I'm not going to be rough or gruff or anything. I'm going to use quick strokes, get that on there without really disrupting the peel base. We need that to do its job because I've got a lot of Christmas manis planned. I just like the experimentation of it. This is definitely a hobby for me because I look forward to these times of sitting here and doing this kind of stuff and just experimenting and playing. And if I get a nice mani to walk around with for the rest of the week as a result, I'm even happier. All right, so I think that makes it, ooh, nice swirly marbled background there. Okay. I think I'll just put a little bit more of the Atlantic, try to get it in lines. Or squiggles. Okay. That didn't work out well. Okay. I think this is where the skill comes in, is learning how to manipulate the powders into interesting designs that don't take over and just look like splats like mine does. I call this my splatter nail. I meant to do that. Alright, let's see what happens here. Oops. Okay, so let's see. Make sure I'm in frame here. See how I missed parts of the side there? That's good. I won't be adding bulk, but I'm going to have to pay attention to that on the second coat. Make sure I get that. Otherwise, that'll just look funky. But I did get some design, sort of. Oh, my filing's weird, huh? I'm having trouble figuring out how to do the shape that I want consistently on both sides of the nail. Usually the side closer to me is the shape I actually want, and I have trouble getting the far side to match. Coughing on the other side. That's not good. It just makes it look cockeyed. Are you supposed to file before you... Well, this is gel, so it's not like I'm waiting for activator or anything. I cured this in the light. It's done. I'm just sharpening up my shape a little bit and getting rid of a weird ledge that I had built up because my gel moved, because I can't sit still. Okay. now I won't be building on top of a mistake. That's what I don't want to do. I do like the design though. Nice little Wonderland background for the nail art I want to do. That's recently what the Manny's have turned into for me. Backgrounds for nail art. Alright, so I got little swirlies in there. I'm going to try and get this in one shot. Nice and clean. Success! Beautiful! Alright. I did it! I did it! Alright, we're going to just throw that right in the light for 60 seconds. Yes! Alright. So now I dust this off. Let's see what I got to work with here. Alright. I really, really like that. That's incredible. Oops. Can't touch that. Can't touch this because it's got the the tacky layer still. This is beautiful. Oh my god, I really like this. Okay, so for this one, do I want to use the Aurora flakies or do I want to use maybe some of these flakies? This design is so pretty, I don't want to hide it. Let's see. This is full of purple goodness too, so I can't not use it. Oh god, excuse me. I might actually, you know, mute out the burp, sorry. Oh my lord. I hope that music isn't too loud in the background. It's very loud to me, but I wanted you guys to hear it, so it's not just me droning on and on and on and on. And with any luck, it's not so loud you can't hear me drone on, because I feel like I'm offering some good information for people that might need it. Alright. Thin layers. This layer of gel base will not only help my flakies adhere, but it will also protect my color. This marbled look. Not that it needs protecting really, because it's cured, but... And by the way, this is my first time using Cascade Colorworks gel base. I like how thin I'm able to get the layers. That was perfect. And I wouldn't be surprised to learn that Rachel and Lauren planned it that way, because they take such care to get their powder so finely milled so that we get nice, even layers, nice, thin, even, full cover layers. It wouldn't surprise me that they had a goal for the gel base to enable us to keep those layers thin because of a good gel base. It wouldn't surprise me to hear that that was all part of their plan. All right, so this is still wet. I was just letting it level a little bit before I go in with my ombre brush. Okay, now my in frame, I'm trying to make sure I'm always in frame. Get that out of the way before I try to pick up some of these flakies and apply them in the blank areas. Maybe just a little hint here and there like that, which is always the goal, and then I plop some on there by accident and wind up going with more. And I want to make special note of how slow I'm going. I know it might be infuriating if you're trying to watch, if you're only watching me, but when you're doing it, I think it's very important to take your time like this. A lot of this is very, it needs precision. And if you don't have the patience for that, maybe, you know, you need a different method. Just a little magic. That's all I'm looking to add here. Again, because I do have a lot of nail art plans. Just tap that off. And I don't think I see anything I need to risk moving my gel to tap down, so I'm just gonna go right in and cure this for a minute. That did distract from the design a little bit more than I would have liked. Like the aurora, you can still see the design behind. But I haven't done this to it yet, so let me brush this off. And now is when it's been cured for a minute, so now I'm just gonna make sure that everything's laying flat and not sticking up, basically, is what I'm trying to do here. All right, that looks good. Now I'm gonna go back to my builder gel. And yes, I'm doing one nail at a time. This is not an assembly line. This is an artistic experiment. All right, so my builder gel, I'm gonna try to encapsulate everything in this. Push up to the cuticle. And I move my gel like that to make sure it's getting in all the crevices. Keep that beautiful, flaky glitter where I put it. While still giving myself enough material so I can shape and contour without cutting into any of that glitter. Hold that upside down for a second. I really like the look, regardless of, I can't see the design in the back anymore. So I'll just put that like that. And this time, where'd my stick go? This, get some more up in that area. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to cure that for a minute. Putting a little bit on the slanted edge of an orange wood stick and tapping it up against the side seems to give me the straightest lines. I'm going to take the other end and we're going to do some swirlies here. I think I put a little too much magic in this one, but that's okay. Still love it. All right, so I know what I said. The pinky, man, it's so tiny. It's always hard to adjust a design for the pinky for me. Oops, I just knocked the camera with my head. Sorry. Oops. I hope you don't get seasick. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. For these edges where I don't get coverage, I'm just gonna do this so that I get something on there, because I don't want to dip back into that design and make it move. But I want full coverage, so that's what we're gonna do. Seems I always miss, I don't roll them enough. All right, let's cure that for a minute. I'm really liking the way this is coming out. I was always so intimidated to try this marbling thing. I shouldn't have been. It's not as bad as I thought. It's actually a lot more forgiving than I thought it would be, which surprises me. But I'm here for it. Excuse me, if you're like me and you've been putting off trying this because it just looks too hard or you didn't think you'd be able to do it, learn from my experiment here and try it anyway, because it's not that bad. I think the secret is learning how to manipulate the powder in the dish, and don't overdo it is what I'm finding to work out best, and that's very hard for me. I have all this stuff I want to try. All right, so this finger, I think I might just leave, depending on how it comes out, I might just leave it with this design. So let's see what we can do here. Brushing off the excess powder. Ow, I keep hitting my light, I'm sorry. I know that probably gives you a jolt every time I do it. Now see, I think, are one of these a thermal? Because I keep getting purple. Oh, that's part of the magic is my builder gel underneath. That's right. That's actually working out well. It gives me a nebula effect. I kind of like it. See what I mean about having to plan my designs around that builder gel underneath? Oh, my hand's cramping up. Push up to the cuticle. Again, this is gel base for my second coat. I'm making sure to get the sides that I missed last time. Don't worry about making mistakes on your first dip, because you can usually correct it on the second dip, and anything you can't correct on the second dip, you can correct with filing. There really is no need to panic if you do something weird or messed up. There are ways to fix them. And experience will just teach you that, because it happens every time. So every time you're learning a new way to fix something too. All right, let's see if I can get a good coverage design here. Well, I got the whole thing. That's good. Do like that. It is the dreamy background I was thinking of. I'm very pleased. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think this one I'm going to leave just like that. Maybe I'll do the Christmas lights on this one. I really, really like that. I might actually leave that matte. All right, let's put a little bit of builder gel on top just to protect my design while I do my filing and contouring. I look at the nail from every angle to see where I might want more builder gels, because I can tell that I'm going to be doing some contour filing in those areas. That's what helps decide that. And again, I hold it upside down. Force that gel to level against its will. And then stick it in the light for 60 seconds. Nice thin layered gel base. Inch up to the cuticle and draw back. Take the extra off your brush. Keep going. In a way, I think anybody that's taking this nail journey should do a little video journal like this, because I can't tell you how many mistakes I've caught in rewatching the process. Kind of like, you know, football players watch the replays. It's the same idea. I've caught myself missing steps. I've from a different perspective, I've been able to see, oh, I could do this the way and it would be a lot easier, save time, whatever. It's worth doing, and it's fun. And I want to see. Sticking that in the light for a minute. This is coming out a lot better than I thought it would. Okay, so at this point I'm going to speed things up to take you through the rest of the nails, which are using the same approach, the same process to get that marbled effect and that nebula effect that I get because of my colored builder gel underneath. I am living for that right now. I think you'll see me sometime in the future do another manicure with just the marbled look. No nail art hiding it or anything like that. If that's something you're interested in, please comment below and let me know. While we're talking about things like commenting and hitting that little like button, please make sure you're subscribed so that you can see the rest of the nail art episodes in this series. If you hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, that will make sure that you receive notifications every time I upload a new video, if that's something that you're interested in, or if you found this series and you don't want to miss the next one. I'd like to thank you if you've made it this far into this video. I appreciate you sticking with me and the support you're giving the channel. I recently hit 100 subscribers and I had a little party here all by myself, and then a few minutes later I had 98 subscribers again. So this is a little numbers game we play because, you know, we have to occupy our mind somehow, don't we? So again, thank you to all of you that have subscribed, that have joined me, that have spent some of your invaluable time with me. I do appreciate the support and look forward to your comments down below so that I can kind of, you know, see what you're thinking, see where you are on your nail journey, and if you have any ideas for video series or process or methods that you'd like to see me experiment with in the future, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. I also wanted to just plug a couple of Facebook groups that I'm in. The Marla Chris Manny Fam is my favorite DIY nail group. It's full of kind, wonderful, and talented people. If you'd like to know more about that, please, again, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll share everything I know about it with you. Also, I did clip a few short videos of some of the tips and tricks I've included in this video. So if you're interested in shorts or you don't have time to sit and watch my longer form videos, do check out my shorts that you can find in a tab on the homepage of my channel. So we went through a lot in this video, didn't we? I mean, we did a dip powder manicure, not just a regular dip powder manicure, but a marbled effect dip powder manicure. We used the gel method to do this, and I gave tips and tricks along the way for that and for adding a little bit of magic using an opalescent dip powder. I mean, we just went through everything. I did a lot of talking about my builder gel and my peel base and how I use those in my rituals. At this point, I think I've gone on long enough. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode. For now, let's see how this winds up. I got to keep some of the opalescence in there. That's perfect. This is the amount I should have had over here. Just slight. Okay, now I'm going to try to be careful to not bulk this nail up like I did last manicure. So I'm going to wipe most of the builder gel off my brush, and I'm going to lay it down across the spine of the nail first. Build a little bit of an apex in the, give the middle of the nail a nice structure. And then I'm very carefully going to push back towards the cuticle just to bring it all in. Encapsulate everything. Because I do file around my cuticles to give them the right shape, so if you place the gel down on your nail where you want the bulk of it to be, that's where the bulk of it will be, not on your sides and by your cuticle and running into your... This builder gel I'm using, what is this? Builder gel is double dipped, I believe. Double dipped. And it pretty much stays where I put it. I don't have a problem with it running into my sidewalls or cuticles or anything. So that's why I make sure to always drop it in the middle of the nail where I want the apex to build. And then I just maneuvered it around from there. Guide it, you know. I swipe with a dry brush over the sides to take the excess off of there. I don't want that there. And then the rest will self-level when I hold it upside down. All right. This is going swimmingly. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off cam. I'm going to, that's what it looks like. Just so you can see. I'm going to go off cam, do my filing, cook this for a minute first, go do my filing, take a little bit of a break, and then I'll finish with the nail art in the next round after I'm done filing. Be right back.